Very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to Baji Rao IAS Academy. Today is 29th June 2023. This is Hindu editorial analysis. In this video, we have certain important articles which will be helpful for our exam preparation. We will see each and every article in an elaborate and vivid manner. This is the quotation for the day. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is achieved. The quotation is given by our favorable Swami Vivekananda ji. He is saying, if you have any goal in your life, until you are achieving that goal, you should work continuously. You should not fall down. In case if you fall down, you should arise suddenly and you should move towards your goal, because in life you should not stop learning, because the life will not stop teaching you. So let's move on to the yesterday's question, guys. This is the yesterday's question. Consider the following statement. A bill amending the constitution requires a prior recommendation of the President of India. So this is the first statement. Second statement, when a constitution amendment bill is presented to the President of India, it is obligatory for the President of India to give his or her assent. Third statement, a constitution amendment bill must be passed by both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha by a special majority, and there is no provision for joint sitting. So guys, they asked which are the statements are correct. The first statement, it said which bill amending the constitution requires the prior recommendation, but the statement is wrong, because we don't want any prior recommendation. We need the recommendation only for the money bill and the financial bill type 1, not for other bill we need the prior recommendation. So the first statement is wrong, and the second statement and the third statement is correct. So the option B is the correct answer for this question. Let's move to today's question. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statement. A share of the household financial savings goes towards government borrowings. This is the first statement. And the second statement is dated securities issued at market related rates in auctions form a large component of internal debt. Which of the following statement is are correct? Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, option D neither 1 nor 2. You people try to give answer for this question in the comment section. We will discuss this answer in tomorrow's discussion. These are the important articles we are going to discuss. Today I found only these three articles are somewhat related to our exam. Especially this second article, it will be very helpful for your exam. Let me introduce one by one. First one is keep it simple. EPFO must simplify process for members to avail higher pension. We all know, guys, our government pushing to getting the new pension scheme, which is different from the old pension scheme. In the old pension scheme, the pensioners will get 50% of the lost drawn salary. But in case of the new pension scheme, they are trying to change the provision. Let's see what is the process with that new process. And the second article is manifestly arbitrary, clearly unconstitutional. Recently, our central government has tried to bring in the new ordinance, and they tried to bring the services from the central government power, Indian government, sorry, the services from the Delhi government are transferred to the central government. We will look at this article and we will see what are the federal structure principle affecting here, and we will also see the three democratic principle what the author has tried to convey there. And third article, I found this one is not so important for exam preparation, but we will see the basic facts about our PC Mahalanobis, who is the father of statistics in India and also all over the world. He is the father of statistics. Without wasting our time, let's move into the first article. Keep it simple. EPFO must simplify process for members to avail higher pension. You all know, guys, our center has been pushing to get in the new pension scheme. What is the difference between new pension scheme and old pension scheme? In case of the old pension scheme, the pensioners will get the 50% of the salary what they received at the last month of their working. But in case of the new pension scheme, the government is trying to bring the new pension scheme in which during our working days we all want to contribute some much percentage of money to our the provident fund. While we are returning, while we are retiring, we will get the 60% of this lump sum amount without any tax. But that 40% of the amount will be invested in the any other purposes it will be taxed. So this is the new pension process what the government is trying to brought in. Are you all getting me, guys? Yes. Now what the author is trying to say here, now the EPFO has extended the time limit for the pensioners or the working people to join this new pension scheme. It has been extended for the third time. The EPFO is trying to follow the Supreme Court judgment which it gave in the November 2022 on the validity of amendments made in the 2014 employees pension scheme. See, basically, on this act, Supreme Court has given judgment. We can bring the new pension scheme. So our EPFO has been pushing hard to bring in the new pension scheme. They are trying to give more time there for the all the applicants to come inside the new pension scheme. With this new pension scheme, India can try to save more money. Because of this public fund corpsum, we can invest in the many other manufacturing processes. So for the benefit of the government of India, they are trying to bring in the new pension scheme. In case the old pension scheme was the user friendly, but this new pension scheme was somewhat it is balancing the user friendly and also the government friendly. Let's see, guys, in future what happens. Basically, this limitation or the new process has given some dateline. It has been fixed September 1, 2014. So this has been kept as the threshold date, and they are separating the workers who have get job after the September 2014 and who got the job prior to the September 2014. Whoever got after September 2014, they all are mandatorily want to join the new pension scheme. But those who joined before September 2014 and those who got retired from that in 2014, they are not obligatory, they are not mandatorily want to join the new pension scheme. So this is very small article, and also in future we will get very vivid article in this regard. We will discuss in very elaborate manner. Let's move into the second article. I found it is very interesting. This article will be very helpful for you in your UPSC preparation, because the article is trying to address the new changes what the central government has tried to brought in. We all know, guys, our constitution in the article 239 it provided the some special powers and status to the Delhi capital region. The Delhi has become the national capital territory. So in this constitution article 239A, it provided that the only thing like law and order, public and land. Sorry, guys, police, law and order, and the land. These three things. I again insist you. These three words: police, law and order, and land. These three things will be handled by the central government, and all those other things which are in the state list will be handled by the Delhi government itself. So this is the special provision regarding the National Capital Territory Delhi we have created. Now what happened? What is the recent development in this regard? Actually, the central government want the power of services with under them. They don't want to give the service allotment power to the Delhi government. The central government want these services from the Delhi government to under its ambits itself. Are you getting me, guys? Yes. What is happening here? In 2015, soon after the Aam Aadmi Party won the Delhi Legislative Assembly elections by a significant margin, the central government issued a notification taking control over services in the National Capital Territory. Are you getting me, guys? Yes, in 2015. And what happened in the May 2023? The Supreme Court has ruled that it is not the correct procedure and it is not the correct process. It affects the federal structure of the constitution. So the judgment was in the favor of the Delhi government. So after this development, what they did, the central government tried to bring in the ordinance. So with the president help, they try to bring in the ordinance and they try to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act of 1991. In this, they explicitly deprived the Delhi Legislative Assembly from enacting laws pertaining to services within the NCT. Are you getting me, guys? See, when at the first step, the central government tried to change the process and they tried to get the services under their ambit, Supreme Court interfered. They said it is not the correct procedure. So they again given the service to the Delhi government itself. But what happened after that? President entered into the picture. The president promulgated an ordinance under which the services has been again brought into the central government ambit. So this process is explicitly, it is clearly visible here. The central government has trying to subjugate the power of legislative power of the Delhi government. So what is the argument given by the central government? Basically, with this bringing services under the central government ambit, what they are trying to do, they will create this parallel body comprising the chief minister and the two bureaucrats who would be responsible for taking service related decision with respect to Delhi. See, without this procedure, if the services was under the Delhi government, the Delhi government itself took the decision with the cabinet minister's help of the Delhi government itself. But by bringing the service to the central government list, now the central government will get power. So they will create the new group in which they will compose the chief minister of Delhi plus other two bureaucrats. These three-member body will decide who want to be allotted which service. So it is directly attacking the directly elected people in the Delhi government. What is the justification offered by the central government here? The central government saying that at the level of policy, Delhi's status as the national capital requires a balancing of interest between the elected Delhi government and the government at the center. Basically, these are the justification given by the central government. They are saying we want to balance the power between the Delhi government, Delhi elected government, and the government at the center. And at the level of law, they are saying it is argued that Article 239 AA of the Constitution, which encodes Delhi's special status, expressly authorizes the Parliament. Note this word, guys. It expressly authorizes the Parliament to pass laws with respect to the fields that are normally within the exclusive competence of the states. Are you all getting me, guys? These are the justification given by the central government. What they said in the first reason, they are saying we want to balance the power between the Delhi government and the central government. So they are trying to bring in the services under the center itself. And in the second thing, they are saying under the 239 AA itself, it has been mentioned the parliament has the power to make any laws in the case of state leads, whichever power we are given to the other states. In case of Delhi, we can make laws in the all the things of the state lead subject. But you want to notice here, guys, the center, the parliament can make laws in the state lead subject for the Delhi. But this condition, they should use this power only in case of the extraordinary situation, not in the some ordinary situation. Because in case of ordinary situation, already the Delhi has their elected representatives. They can make laws in the state subjects. In case of any problem occurs, in case of any some extraordinary situation occurs, at the time central government can enter into the state list of Delhi government. They can make rules. So that is the counter argument given by the Delhi government. The Delhi government saying that, see, they are the elected representatives. The Delhi government, they are the elected representatives. They are not welcoming this step. Obviously, the both this argument which the central government has gave here, the reason, these justifications are they are totally against the principles of democracy. You all know, guys, we have certain elected people elected by the people itself. They will make laws for the people. So Delhi government already possesses that fundamental organization which created by the election by the people itself. Are you all getting me? So here the authors try to say both the arguments which the central government giving is totally against the core principles of democracy and the representative governance and the responsive administration. Because on the basis of democracy, people in the Delhi try to elect the government. These government are responsible to the people. So this government will try to make such laws which will be helpful for the Delhi people itself. By taking the service from Delhi government to the central government is subjugating or subjugating the democratic principles. They are subjugating the representative government and they are affecting the responsive administration. Are you all getting me, guys? Yes. Yes, we all know under the democratic principle, under the representative governance, that is the elected representatives are responsible for formulating the policy and shaping vision. When it comes to the crucial issues such as health or education, it is the services that are responsible for implementing both the vision and policy. You all know, guys, we hear the author is saying if we have any elected government, the elected government will understand the basic problems of the people who have elected them. So this elected government will try to have vision, and according to vision, they will create policy. After creation of policy, they will ensure this policy has been implemented at the local level, so the people has been served. To implement this policy, they need the services under them. But what the trend is occurring here, the central government is taking away the power of services from the Delhi government. So what it happened, basically, the Delhi government can enact the policy and vision, but they will not possess the services under them to implement that services. So it will affect the responsible governance in the Delhi administration. Whatever policy or vision the elected legislatures may formulate, whether this is actually implemented, and what is actually implemented depends on who the service reports to and who has power over the mundane issues such as transfers, posting, and enforcing discipline. Are you getting me, guys? Like, if someone is appointing you, you know you are the service people, you are going to implement the policies. Now, central government has appointed you, central government has the authority over you, they can transfer you, they can dismiss you, and they can enforce some rules over you. If everything is under the central government, why would you follow the order of state government? So ultimately it will affect the independence of the state government. This ensures that the representatives whom the people elect upon certain manifesto actually have the ability to implement the policies and promises on the basis of which they have been elected. See, ultimately, if you take away the service from the Delhi government, then whatever election manifesto the Delhi government before coming into the power they have promised to the people, this manifesto cannot be implemented because they need that services power under them to implement these policies. And also, the court has mentioned that this is totally against the triple style of accountability. You all know, guys, our Indian government, on the basis of democracy, it is totally built on the basis of responsible government. Our executive is responsible to the legislature. Our council of ministers is responsible to the Lok Sabha members, Lok Sabha. So the Supreme Court has mentioned that the triple chain of accountability is an integral to representative democracy and proceeds as follows. Basically, you all know there is accountability in our government. The lower level strata officers are accountable to the higher level officers. Higher level officers are accountable to the ministers. Ministers are accountable to the legislature. So that is what Supreme Court has mentioned. Civil servants are accountable to the cabinet. The cabinet is accountable to the legislature, and ultimately the legislature is responsible to the electorate, that is we people of India, and here it is the people of Delhi, because the Delhi people has elected the Delhi government will create the manifesto, Delhi government will select the civil servants, and the civil servants will be ultimately responsible to the Delhi government, and the Delhi government will also ultimately responsible to the Delhi people. So if you brought in this new ordinance where the center government infringe on the power of Delhi, then it will ultimately affect the triple chain of accountability. And also, the author has said here, the central government has been giving the reason as an Article 239 AA. The central government has been saying this article empowers the parliament to make laws. But the author is saying here the Article 239 AA explicitly maintains the balance between the central government and the Delhi government. Because if the constitution wants to empower the central government, they have provided the other things along with the three exceptions which they already provided. See, guys, already three subjects has been provided to the center. What are the three objects? The public order, land, and the police. These three objects or these three subjects in the state list already has been taken over from the power of central government, power of Delhi government. They are allotted to the central government. Already the power has been balanced. Now, what the center is trying to do, the center is again trying to infringe on the power of Delhi government. They want another subject, which is the services from the Delhi government. So now the author is trying to say here, already the Article 239 has balanced the power. Now the central government is trying to affect that balance. Are you all getting me, guys? Yes. Article 239 AA does not take away services from the purview and jurisdiction of the Delhi Assembly. Yes, you all know, guys, only three services has been taken away from the Delhi government, not these services. So the parliament should not take away the services from the Delhi government. And Article 239 AA is designed to preserve the triple chain of accountability, where the Delhi's bureaucrats shall be accountable to the Delhi's government, and Delhi's government will be accountable to the Delhi's legislature, and ultimately the Delhi's legislature will be accountable to the people of Delhi. As I have already mentioned you this point, now it is the course true that another feature of the balance that is encoded with Article 239 AAA is that it grants to Parliament to pass laws with respect to Delhi under any of the fields that are otherwise reserved to the states, one of which is services. See, here the author is trying to say with the use of power from the Article 239A, the Parliament can enact laws in the state list, but this power should be used only in the extraordinary situation, not in the normal situation, because these power are already envisaged to this government of Delhi by the constitution itself. So the central government should not go against the constitution. So that is the article, guys. I found this one as very interesting article. You try to find in the newspaper and read about this article. We will get many articles regarding this problem in future also. We will explain that also. Okay, let's move into the another article. I found this article is not so much important for your exam preparation, but in case of ethical perspective, you can use our PC Mahalanobis in your example, and also you can use our Mahalanobis in essay writing. What the author is trying to say here, the author is trying to connect the knowledge of Mahalanobis to the present world. Today, we all know in the information world, the information has become the source of wealth for all the nations. Now, the technology has evolved to the big data and artificial intelligence technologies. So, what the author has tried to mention here, when Mahalanobis was present at his time, he tried to sacrifice his time for the welfare of India. So, the author is trying to say here, when Mahalanobis present in today's India, he would have leveraged this big data and artificial intelligence for the benefit of Indian government. Let's see who is this PC Mahalanobis. We all know, guys, the PC Mahalanobis. He is the father of statistics in the world. He introduced statistics to India, and he is also a scientist whose absence is felt dearly even today. Yes, these are the words of author, guys. He said, we are feeling something lost in our today's event. If you see the contribution of the PC Mahalanobis, he is the founder of the Indian Statistical Institute, which is the mighty monument of his handicraft. He himself created and he founded that Indian Statistical Institute. See, in today's world, the many things has been changed. Today, after pandemic, the India has faced very big economic losses. We all know, guys, after pandemic, we have missed our economic growth from the different reasons. If our Mahalanobis is present in today's world, he would have understand the main reasons behind our lag in economic growth. So that is what author is saying here. If the PC Mahalanobis would present at present moment, he would have understand the problem from this different perspective, and with his patriotism, he would have helped our India to overcome the recession problem after the pandemic. And what the author is saying, in the age of big data, we all know in today's world with the internet and everything become virtual world. Now the world is moving towards the internet of things. And the author is saying during the Mahalanobis days also he has encountered a big data problem, which means when he got power to make a plan for India, he got too much of data to process for the India. So he got problem. He got stuck with the big data problem at those days itself. So what he did, he persuaded the central government. Mahalanobis persuaded the central government to bring or buy the new digital computer to India. See, in 1956 and 58, India is the first country in the South Asia to bring digital computer or to buy the digital computer. So it is all because of our PC Mahalanobis. India become the first country, and we think way ahead. We brought the computer because it became difficult for our PC Mahalanobis to regularly visit England and India to process the data. So he persuaded the central government to buy the new computer, and he tried to build a plan for our India. What happened during our COVID days? After COVID, we all know, guys, the world has entered into the recession. So the author is saying if the Mahalanobis would have present at this moment, he would have understand the basic problems behind our recession and he would have suggested a good solution for us. Basically, the Mahalanobis, he is a physicist and he is a statistician and he is a scientist. So he has the multifaceted ability, so he can analyze the problem in a very good manner. Even today, we are having the problems like big data and artificial intelligence. We have the huge volume of data in India to process. If Mahalanobis would have present in today's world, he would have solved this big data problem without the help of artificial intelligence, because Mahalanobis possess that ability to process the big data without the artificial intelligence. And also, he's saying here, the author is saying here, the Mahalanobis would have leveraged his ability to accommodate with the artificial intelligence, and he would have acquired the artificial intelligence for the big data analysis. And also, the author is insisting, if PC Mahalanobis present would have present in the present world, our India would have performed well in the artificial intelligence and big data analytics. So different sort of economic losses we had during the pandemic. The author is mentioning here, we have missed the PC Mahalanobis, but in the place of PC Mahalanobis, India should develop many PC Mahalanobis so that they should understand the importance of big data and artificial intelligence to leverage over that infrastructure and leverage over that technology. So this is very basic article, guys. Here nothing is very important for exam preparation. The author has tried to give the positive picture about the PC Mahalanobis, and he tried to say India wants to develop such mind and such people like PC Mahalanobis so that we are more developing in our technological aspects. Yes, that I already mentioned you all these things. Artificial intelligence regulation. India is trying to regulate the artificial intelligence. If PC Mahalanobis is present, then we would have maintained this artificial. So that is articles, guys. I found only these three articles, and the fourth article that I found was, it was not very important. It is about the ODI World Cup in India. In future, we will get article regarding that also. We will discuss in vivid manner. Let's move into the another important news articles. This I found this will be helpful for your exam preparation. Recently, our central government has shown the green light for the biofertilizer scheme. We all know, guys, we have started the initiative PM Pranam. PM Pranam means PM Program for Restoration, Awareness, Generation, Nourishment, and Amelioration of Mother Earth. So with this program, we are trying to enhance our capacity to produce the biofertilizer. We are promoting the biofertilizer to be used in all over India. So the biofertilizer scheme has got the central government green light. We will get many articles in future also, many editorials. We will discuss this one. And I found this is also very important for your examination. Surge in food prices shows inflation for far from tamed. So what the author is saying, the prices of rice, wheat, tur dal, sugar, milk, potato, and onion, tomato. See, guys, these are very, very, very basic things we require for our daily life. The price of these things have been increasing. We call it as the inflation. What is the inflation? Inflation generally means the rise in the price level of all general products. That is the inflation. So our general product which we use in our daily life, the prices has been increasing for them. Who envisaged this? Envisaged by the Consumer Affairs Ministry. Do we have any organization to tame this inflation? Yes, we have RBI governor with RBI. The RBI with its monetary policy committee, they will try to tame the inflation. In this article, they said it become very difficult to tame that inflation. And this I found very important, guys. Karnataka government set to give cash in lieu of free rice from July 1. We all know our central government has put a cap on the purchase in the open market sale. So the central government, the Karnataka government is not getting the rice for their own Annabhagya scheme. So what they said, instead of giving 5 kg rice per person for a family, they said we will give some money which is near about rupees 170 per person every month from July 1. See, guys, I don't think this process will be very effective for evading or for clearing the poverty from Karnataka. They want to think in any other good manner. I think the state government should be involved in the direct purchase from the farmer itself. because giving paisa will ultimately promote letharginess and laziness in Indian youth especially. So these are the important news article, guys. Thank you so much for listening our article. If you like the video, please press the like button. If you want to suggest me anything, please give in the comment section. And also don't forget to touch the subscriber button. Along with that, also touch the bell icon button so that you get notification for all the video which we are posting in our Baji Rao IAS Academy. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.